starting soons are for fucking fools. I don't know. Something snappy. Witty evil? Imagine. Not me. Hello, hello. I am back. And on schedule, well, later in the day than is generally the target, I suppose, but on schedule, as I said, I would be live on Saturday, and so here I am. Been a pretty good couple days. Doing pretty good in general, not gonna lie. But last time, we cleared the first part of Samurai. Not a ton to say. Followed around Musasai on his quest for justice and honor, and it ends tragically. Probably my second favorite job quest in the game. The rest of Samurai is okay. I don't think it hits the same heights, personally, IMO, but it's still pretty good. But I also haven't done it in a few years, so we'll see if I think higher of it. It's plausible. Don't think I got much to waffle on about. Have I done anything else since last stream that was like worth mentioning? Let's see, I stream. Yeah, no, nothing. Did I mention I watched all of Evangelion? That it hasn't happened since last stream, but it did happen. I thought it was pretty good. I think its messaging is a little confusing, but I think I got the point after finishing the movie. I feel that Evangelion, sorry, is like a meta commentary on humanity's ability to like better itself and be a better person and strive for better things and come together and like self-actualize, paired against our tendency to just immediately self-destruct. I think that's what it's about, or that's at least one of its messages, just based on like the way the show ends with I'm not gonna spoil it, fucking 30-year-old show, but you know, like the show ends that way on this very hopeful message, and then the end of Evangelion ends the way it ends, and it's fluctuating back and forth between Shinji growing as a person and what Shinji ultimately actually ends up doing. I still have to watch Rebuild. Apparently Rebuild has its own ending, so I'm interested to see how that plays into everything else. But I'm probably not going to get a chance to watch Rebuild for a month or two. Yeah, pretty good. I'm really glad I watched it for several reasons, but what a fucking ride. I think the biggest thing I was surprised about was the funny Ramiel scream is not in the original show or the movie. I can only assume it's in Rebuild, because fucking Ramiel appeared. I was like, oh, it's gonna do the thing, it's gonna fucking do the scream, and it didn't happen. I'm sitting there fucking slack-jawed, like, I see. Oops. And anyway, I think that's all the waffling I got in me. And I guess that did fill the time that would have otherwise been filled by the 5 minutes of a funny ellipsis progressing, right? So, let's get right into it. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. A woman had come calling on Musasai at the inn. Judging by her appearance, she's a compatriot and a samurai. At that time, I couldn't bring myself to break the news to her, but in hindsight, perhaps it's best that it come from you anyway, seeing as you were Musasai's pupil. The visitor is in front of the quicksand. You'll recognize her by her dignified air. The visiting samurai is in front of the quicksand. You'll recognize her by her dignified air. appear to be a samurai, yet you are not of our land. May I ask, who addresses me? Well, that you should be Master Musasai's people. Tell me, where might I find him? Is that the way of it? Words cannot well express my sorrow. I had the honor of being acquainted with your master in the past. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Makoto of the Sekai Seiseiguri. Ours is a peacekeeping force of Kugane, a port city in Hingashi. I journeyed across the seas, hoping to meet with Master Musosai, but it seems I must settle for paying my respects. Might I trouble you to show me to his resting place, the Silver Bazaar you call it? I am in your debt. Let us away then. I'm halfway through rewatching the Dragon Quest event VOD. Once I finish that, I will be able to cast final judgment whether or not I'm coming out the Diablo part. It's still 50-50, but I haven't gotten to the part where I got maybe a little too personal, so... That VOD's gonna go live in like mid-August. Oh no! Poke. Ooh, it survived. Poke. Ooh, 3? I'm impressed. 3 whole autos. There is no mistaking your blade work. Indeed, Master Musasai trained you. Forgive me for standing idle as you fought, but I had to make certain that you spoke the truth. Master Musasai seldom took on pupils, you see. But any doubt I may have harbored has been utterly dispelled. Now then, let us continue on. I don't think... which one is it? Is this one? There it is. I don't think I have a samurai-themed mount. I'll just go... Oh, damn. Yeah. If only we had a generic horse. The mount exists in the game. The fucking... You can find a ton of them on the Azim steppe, but we're not allowed to use it. I think the next best option is probably just the Kamui of Nine Tails. Yeah. Open to suggestions. Sadly, there is not a mount that is just a massive fucking musket, you know? A beautiful ocean view. He will surely be at peace here. As you may know, Master Musasai had one other pupil before you. Ugetsu is his name, and it is written and he is wanted in Hingashi for the murder of countless dignitaries in the Bakufu, our nation's government. Though his weren't the hands that wielded the blade, Master Musasai created the killer, and in the eyes of the law he was deemed no less responsible. As a samurai, he was expected to commit seppuku in order to atone for the crime, but he refused. As a result, he was branded a craven in Hingashi. But naught could be further from the truth. Master Musasai fled not because he feared death. This I knew in my heart. And beholding your blade work, I know now what it was that he sought to do. He wished to make amends by training a new pupil. Such was the shame he felt. Death was not sufficient atonement. Nay, the only way he might know peace was to begin anew, with a worthy successor who would bring him honor. Know that Ugetsu is no common killer. He is a notorious insurgent who seeks to tear down the status quo. No few samurais sympathize with his cause, and every day more rally to his banner. For a time, he remained in hiding, but our operatives report that he has recently resurfaced in Kugane. By all indications, he is poised to strike a heavy blow against the Bakufu. 'Twas for no other purpose than to petition Master Mususai's aid that I journeyed here. Alas, it was not to be. As I came, so too must I return, alone. My thanks for showing me here, brief though it was. 'Twas an honor to meet you. I really need to get a new chair. Oh god, this thing fucking kills me, man. Skim fucking marketplace, see if I can find any offices that are closing down. Get me one of those nice from another ones, you know? Nah, I'm gonna waste 500 on a fucking Racer X chair. It's gonna fucking fuck my back up and like annihilate every bone in my lower back. Yeah. You took her to see Mususai. Doubtless he was happy to have a visitor and one from his homeland besides. So the wayward pupil is up to no good again. It's certainly worrying, but there isn't much outsiders like us can do. We can only hope that Makoto and her comrades will triumph over this Ugetsu. I'll let you return to your business, but pay me a visit from time to time, you hear. It's lonely without the old man around. Ah, Arntel, I have a letter for you that arrived at the inn. It's from Makoto, the Hingan samurai who came all the way here seeking Mususai. Can't imagine what this might be about. Let's find out, shall we? Dear Arntel, I pray this letter finds you well. You received me with kindness when first we met, and I write to you in hopes of depending upon your kindness once more. You will recall what I told you of Ugetsu and his growing faction of insurgents. Upon my return to Kugane, I was dismayed to find that his influence had spread to alarming proportions. Outbreaks of violence have become a regularity, and the men and women of the Sekai Segumi struggle to maintain order. Each day we fight, and each day our strength is shorn further. The enemy, it shames me to say, completely has our measure. I shall speak plain. We are in desperate need of aid, and I beseech you to lend your katana to our cause. As Master Mususai's last pupil, your skills would help us to turn the rising tide. I know full well that I ask much of you, to journey halfway across the world and involve yourself in a struggle not your own. Yet ask I must, for should the Bakufu fall, the realm would be plunged into chaos, and innocent people would be subject to untold suffering. With all my being, I pray that you will answer our call, and ere long we shall meet again in Kugane. Sincerely yours, Makoto. Mususai's first and final pupils pitted against each other. There's certainly poetry in that. And you can take comfort in the knowledge that you'd be fighting on the side of justice. As Makoto writes, there is a lot. It's a lot to ask, and the decision is yours to make. But for my unsolicited opinion, I reckon you should do it. Not for the old man, or for the old man, if no one else. Whether you go to the Sekai Segumi's aid is your decision to make, but for my unsolicited opinion, I reckon you should do it. For the old man, if for no one else. You know, I could save on teleportation costs by just teleporting to my house and then teleporting out of the residential district. Half off teleportation to Kugane. Let's fucking go. Oh, someone new moved in here. This plot was empty for a minute. The bridge. I do not not take this path very often. I don't have to. No point for it. Take me to Kugane. These guys are here because of the samurai quest. That'd be kind of cool. I wonder if the other guy is there because I'm on New Game Plus. He might not be. That'd be kind of cool. A samurai. Yours is not a familiar face. Makoto's foreign guest, I take it. My apologies, but she is not on hand to receive you. She's presently leading a mission to Sakazuki, where insurgent leaders are meeting in secret. However, they are late to return. I must confess that I grow worried. I would go and find them myself, but I cannot well abandon my post. Might I ask you to go in my stead? I'm just not going to double check on them because it is consistently just a restating with a very slight word change. I might end up missing shit. I would be surprised, honestly. I'm gonna be really honest. I have like the faint Ember-esque sparks of excitement about getting to the Grand Endeavor, of which ARR, the Crystal Tower, and Coils are like technically a part of. I don't know. I might be more excited for the fucking stream gimmick I'm gonna do for it, but, you know. Oh no. She's down. I'm still going back and forth on, no, so like ARR and Coils and shit is gonna have to be done with Arental because of the Coils. By the Kami, it's really you. I know not how to thank you, Arental. We caught wind of a secret insurgent meeting and came here hoping to learn something of their plans, but they were the ones who knew of ours. They are expecting us and had laid a trap before we knew what was happening. We Hingans live by a rigid caste system, wherein one's standing in society is inherited rather than earned. My comrade, he hailed from a poor farming village. His family grew scarcely enough to pay their lord his dues, and it was all they could do not to starve. In order to escape the shackles of his birth, he sought a new life in Kugane, a more progressive district where a man may yet rise above his station. He became a samurai in hopes that he might one day have the power to bring about change to an irrational system that holds people hostage to their birth. Souls such as him make up the Sekai Segumi, those raised with a plow in hand and not a blade. You'll find none among us born into a samurai family. Ours is a ragtag band gathered from the lower rungs of society. Yet for our disparate origins, we are patriots all. Ugatsu and his cohorts too claim to be patriots, but in order to bring about their change, they would as soon see our nation razed to the ground. As with any nation, Hingashi is not free of problems, far from it. But should the Bakufu be toppled, the great lords would rise against each other in a bid for power. The realm would be transformed into a battlefield, and another age of blood would begin. If we are to prevent this, if we are to protect the peace, Ugetsu must not be allowed to succeed, no matter the cost. Forgive me, now is not the time to hold forth on my passions. What? I shall bear my comrade back to the barracks. Pray join me there. Now is not the time to hold forth. I do not. The idiom does not stick. The phrase does not compute. Like, I get the gist, but it is not. The dots are not connecting in my head. No, moving on. Is that a Yogscast reference in my novice network in the year of our Lord fucking 2026? Holy shit! Oh no, it's over here. Apparently. Oh yeah, no, I'm completely turned around. I will never forgive them for, like, never concluding the story of the Shadow of Israfel. Like, even after the world was gone, you know, they could have just had someone write a short story to wrap it up. Rage. Moving on. Our fallen comrade will be given a hero's burial. That the enemy should know our plans. The loss of a comrade pains us, but we are grateful for Makoto's preservation. She has told me all, as Master Mususai's pupil, your blade would be most welcome in these dire times. Arentel, pray allow me to confirm your intent. By your coming to Kugane, may we take it to mean that you will aid us in our fight. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Our cause is much bolstered for your blade. Without further ado, I would introduce you to our captain. However, there is one thing I must ask of you. Pray keep the fact that you are Master Mususai's pupil to yourself. It may make little sense to you, but that you shared a master with a wanted criminal would mark you out for suspicion. That is simply the way of it in our culture. Lieutenant Shiden alone knows the truth and understands, but few are as open-minded as him. It occurs to me that I've yet to introduce myself. As Makoto says, I am Shiden, Lieutenant of the Sekai Segumi. May I apologize for our orders penchant for procedure. When I sent you to find Makoto in my stead, I could not leave my post due to a prior duty, tending to the whims of a visiting dignitary. Pressing business, as you'll no doubt appreciate. Now, if you'll wait just a moment, I shall bring Captain Kongo hither. I'm not convinced I pronounced that right. I have to see it again. May I present to you Arentel Melfriend, who has journeyed from far away Eorzea to aid our cause. Though he is not of our land, I have witnessed his skill at arms firsthand, and have every confidence that he will prove an invaluable ally. Captain? You would have us trust our lives to an outsider. For all we know, he is it's probably Kongo, actually. For all we know, he is one of Ugetsu's or even an Imperial spy. Captain, please, Arentel is a good man and true. I personally vouch for his identity and shall assume all responsibility for his actions. Should his origin give cause to doubt, he would do well to doubt us all, the sons and daughters of nameless farmers and laborers, and the kami know what else. Very well, but mark my words, outsider, a single misstep and I will cut you down. I don't think you could, but go off, King. Forgive the captain, my friend. He holds himself responsible for all our losses, and we fight a losing battle. In spite of our best efforts, we are no closer to ascertaining Ugetsu's whereabouts, nor do we know the full extent of his operations. And in light of the recent ambush, I fear there is a breach in our security. As if we had not problems enough, His Excellency, the Tyro, one of our nation's most powerful men, has chosen this juncture to come to Kugane on an embassy visit. Ugetsu will surely look to wreak further chaos, and it falls to the Sekai Segumi to keep our honored guest hale and whole. We will be out in force providing security, and I pray that we can rely on your blade as well. I too must beg your forgiveness for the captain's outburst. With naught to show for our efforts, he grows ever more irritable. Now then, I must return to my duties. We have no tasks for you at present, but in case of an emergency, pray remain near and with your katana near at hand. Arantel, it's trouble. Captain Kongo, he has committed seppuku. He wished to atone for his failure to catch Ugetsu at all cost, and all the casualties we've incurred. So he wrote in the letter they found next to his body. With His Excellency, the Cairo, soon to arrive in Kugane, all is in chaos. We haven't even had the chance to hold funeral rites. It is all Shiden can do to keep our order functioning, yet function we must, for the Tyro is likely to be targeted by Ugetsu and his cohorts. As part of the security detail, I am tasked with patrolling the Short Pier area. I should be grateful for your extra pair of eyes, Arantel. I am in your debt. If aught strikes you as suspicious, I ask that you notify me at once. Not me trying to mount up in a fucking city, Lamau. Man, I can't believe that Berlin is only 2 weeks away, man. Oh. Fucking exciting. Oh. There is nothing out of the ordinary. You catch sight of a quaint charm. Quaint charm? There you are. Did you observe aught suspicious? A charm, and it is stained with blood, but where have I seen it before? This belonged to Captain Kongo. There can be... or whatever. There is no mistake. It ever adorned his neck. But how did it come to be at the docks? Perhaps he went for a stroll before taking his life. A stroll? Captain Kongo lived and breathed his duty as a samurai. If he had resolved to commit seppuku, there would have been no hesitation. But by the same token, the dutiful captain I know would not have left us all behind to struggle for want of his leadership. Could it be 'twas but a ruse? That the captain did not kill himself, but was rather slain by insurgents? Kami preserve, if this is true, it would mean the enemy walks among us. We must notify Shidan at once and have him bolster security around the Tyro to the Thavnarian consulate, Arntel. If you are after Lieutenant Shishian, I'm afraid he isn't here. Why isn't the lieutenant here? What is he doing? What he's doing? Come now, surely you know of His Excellency the Tyro's predilections. You mean the rumors were true? It is whispered that the Tyro is wont to indulge his ferocious appetite for pleasure houses under the guise of an official duty. If this is the case, then he will be in Sanjo Hanamachi, and so too will Shiden. Let us hurry. I believe I am correct. Okay, we're teleporting. I really should have gotten some bottles of water before I started stream. Blumau. Survived. Damn, already 6-7? Gestures. Well, I'm only 30 minutes in. Shiden, what are you doing? You two, why are you not at the docks? I was given to understand that the Tyro has come not on official but personal business. Aye, that he is. But that is none of your concern. At any rate, I have the area well covered. You may return to your stations. Shiden, wait. There is no danger here. Why was your katana drawn? You are too clever by half. More's the pity we failed to finish you off on Sasuzuki. Your foreign friend was supposed to die then as well, but we underestimated Musasa's people. How could you, Shiden? The captain was your friend. Let me tell you a tale. I was born in a farming village and grew up in squalor. Our liege lord was a tyrant, one who wrung us peasants for everything we had. None dared to rise up for fear of their lives. My parents, pushed to the brink of survival, mustered the courage to speak out. For their troubles, they were promptly arrested. But it did not end there. Nay, our lord wished to make an example, so he had them burned alive before the gathered villagers. Through gritted teeth, I watched my mother and father die, powerless to help. In that moment, I vowed to myself that one day I would change all that is wrong with the world. I took up the katana and trained like a man possessed, and eventually won a place in the Sekai Segumi. In the beginning, I was overjoyed. Finally, I could make a difference, but reality couldn't be more different, and ere long, I came to see the Sekai Segumi for what it was. A tool of the powers that be, glorified guardsmen who patrol the streets for petty criminals. Samurai, justice, these things are not but hollow ideals, and they can change nothing. This I realized to my despair. I don't know, man, he's kind of got a point. But then I imagine Lord Ugetsu, and he awakened me to the truth that in order to bring about true change, we must bring down the Bakufu. We must tear down the establishment and dig it up from its rotted roots. You are my comrade, and I feel your pain, but Ugetsu's path leads only to death and destruction. Countless people would be made to suffer. No more than what we endured in our village. There is no hope for Hingashi but to be reborn in the fires of conflict. This is madness. I would not allow your twisted vision to be realized. I don't know, man. He's making a decent point. That it seems we must cross blades. But are you certain you wish to do so here, where an unwitting passerby could come to harm? It wouldn't reflect well upon the Sekai Segumi I know. Let us take this to Matsuda Square. The others are out on security detail, and there will be no one to disturb us. Man, I love playing a cop. I love. To save a rotted system from within. Some things have to be torn down so something better can be built in its ashes. Anyway, putting my soapbox back in the cupboard for a bit. I'm very interested to see what Evolved Samurai is like. It's over, Shiden. Over, nay, Kongo. This is only the beginning. Long live Lord Ugetsu. Farewell, old friend. May we meet again in the next life. Captain, thank the Kami you're safe. Will you tell us what happened? I will, but first there's something I must do. Arantel, for your timely intervention I give you my thanks, and for my earlier discourtesy I beg your forgiveness. Allow me to thank you also. Were you not on hand, there's no telling what might have come to pass. I would have had to have channeled like 10% more main character energy. It's fine. With me gone, Shiden would have had free reign. He was the last of any of us, or he was the last any of us would have suspected. When he told us that you had committed seppuku, none thought to question it. A convenient lie, but a poor one. Any who know me well should know that I would not take my leave ere I had dealt with the insurgents. To do so would be the greater shame by far. Now then, let me recount to you my tale. Late at night, Shiden summoned me to the docks to discuss an urgent matter. As I approached him, the wretch slashed out at me without warning. Though I couldn't react in time to dodge the blade, for a blessing it caught my charm, sparing me a fatal wound. My momentum sent me over the docks and into the sea, where I remained until it was safe to surface. My lungs were ripe to burst when Shiden finally left. Such an ordeal that must have been. Having learned that there were traitors besides Shiden, I kept to the shadows and watched their movements, and the rest you know. With the Tyro safe and the traitors dealt with, we may return to the barracks. Let us continue our conversation there. Arantel, my thanks again for your help. To think that Shiden was a traitor, I still struggle to believe it. You journeyed here from a distant land in order to lend your strength to our beleaguered order, yet I drew my blade upon you. As it turned out, 'twas those whom I thought I knew and trusted that betrayed me. Suffice it to say, I feel a right fool. But now we have succeeded in rooting out all traitors in our ranks. That we have. And from those we caught, we were able to wring out some key details of their operation. Shiden had been seducing our men over to Ugetsu's side. Those who proved unamenable to his advances were killed by our comrade in the recent mission. It makes my blood boil to think that those most loyal among us were struck down by treachery. What of Ugetsu's whereabouts? It appears he makes his base on the mainland, somewhere in Yansha, but the precise location still eludes us. Forgive me if I speak out of turn, Captain, but even as we laid our lives on the line, the Tyro went about satisfying his urges. Can we truly say that we protected the peace this day? I do understand your frustration, Makoto. Yet, for his many vices, there is no denying the instrumental role the Tyro plays in keeping the realm whole. Ever are the great lords watching for a fracture to form, but by which they might break the status quo and usurp power. Through skillful intercession and manipulation, the Tyro keeps each of them in check. It is no secret that the Bakufu is a cesspool of corruption, but in spite of this, we must protect the peace. Such is a samurai's calling. Though you come to us from afar, you share this calling with us. I pray that we can continue relying upon your blade, my Ijin's samurai friend. Allow me to add my voice to the captain's. You are a stalwart ally to our cause and a samurai true. Master Musosai was not mistaken in choosing you. Great tidings, Arantel. We've ascertained the location of Ugetsu's hideout. Captain Kongo has the details. A moment, if you would. Why is that there? That's not where that goes. Hang on just a moment. I fixed it. Arantel, you are welcome. We scoured Shishiden's quarters, and what should turn up among his possessions but missives he received from Ugetsu. They point to a certain ruin in Yansha. Now, word of Shiden's demise will have already reached Ugetsu, and he must assume that we will track him down ere long. But he will not, cannot, run. To do so after losing his right hand would cost him much of the momentum he has painstakingly gained. As I see it, two choices remain to Ugetsu. He will await our coming, or he will bring the fight to us. Either way, the stakes are high. As you know, Ugetsu is a peerless swordsman. Only you, who bested Shiden, perhaps myself, could stand a chance against him. As captain, my place is here at the barracks. While I hold the fort, I bid you and Makoto journey to Yansha, there to hunt down Ugetsu. I shall pray for your safety and success. If instead the rogue should show himself here, rest assured I will give him a rousing welcome. Yansha lies upon the mainland across the Liberty Sea. We will first make for Namai, a small mountain village, and thence go after Ugetsu and his cohorts. Pass. Good trial, though. Were I not otherwise engaged. The ruin serving as Ugetsu's hideout is near. I shall scout on ahead. Meanwhile, pray scour the area for insurgents and tend to them. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I would love to help, but unfortunately... I'm sorry, what did that read? Hilarious. Terrifying threat. Ooh, two of them. Oh, and it. Oh, well, there's got to be auto. Very unfortunate. Is this one gonna have three guys? Yo, dude, 3 whole guys? That's fucking crazy. Did you guys mind bunching up real quick? Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, someone else doing the same quest. Oh, I was gonna... No! Ugetsu's already seen. Then that means... he's on his way to Kugane to pay your captain a visit. Kami Preserve. We must hurry back. Again? Lord Ugetsu is on his way to Kugane to pay your captain a visit. We have no time to waste, Arntel. Let us hurry back to Kugane. Oh, because it's what... No, why, the other one, why not? The other one could have been all sort of shady with the teleport. Anyway. Interesting quest design. No! Forgive me, I was too weak. The Seikei Segumi, yours now. You must finish. Missed opportunity to do the blood spray thing. Well, for a moment I doubted my eyes, but it really is you, Kagetsu. I hadn't expected to see you in a Seikei Segumi uniform, dear sister. That stance, yes, the very picture of Master himself. So you are our Mususai's final pupil, and the samurai who felled Shiden. We meet at last. Ugetsu at your service. Like you, I trained under Mususai, and like you, I was made to walk his absurd path. We are practically brothers. It's a shame, then, that we stand on opposing sides. Hingashi has known peace for too long. Her leaders have grown soft, and they spend their days in decadence. Their existence is a blight, one that must be burned out with the fires of revolution. To kindle this fire, I bade Shiden assassinate the Tyro, but thanks to you and yours, the attempt ended in miserable failure. Till now, we have kept to the shadows, but that time is past. No few people share our vision, and by bringing them into the fold, we shall have the strength to face the Bakufu openly and defeat it. Removing your captain was the first step in this endeavor. With him gone, the good men and women of the Seikei Segumi may choose with their hearts. If there are any souls here who would join our cause, we welcome you with open arms. The offer stands for you too, Kagetsu. My brother pupil, will you not create a new world with me? I don't know, man. I think he kind of has a point. Create. You can create naught with the edge of a blade. Nay, what you seek to do is destroy. Should the Bakufu fall, Hingashi will be plunged into another age of blood. Blood will flow, aye, but it will serve to nourish and strengthen a new nation, one that is free of the corruption that tainted the old. What we have now is not peace but stagnance. Hingashi has become a moray of decay, and we samurai must be the tsunami that washes it clean to make way for true peace. A samurai fights to ward off chaos, not create it. Have you forgotten Master Mususai's teachings? Clearly my breath is wasted on you, but what of the others? Will you remain mindless slaves to the Bakufu, or will you join me and bring about true change? Disappointing. I had hoped some of you would see sense, but if we must fight, then so be it. I have no desire to spill blood needlessly. Let us settle this away from the masses, on the Isle of Becco, your people against mine. Though, if I may make an observation, it seems you may want for blades, dear sister, now that your men are aware of our connection. Let me solo him. Hear me, my comrades. As leader of the first squad, I have been chosen to carry on Captain Kongo's legacy. The battle against Ugetsu promises to be bloody, but come what may, we must prevail. The future of Hindashi rests upon us. You may have dealt with the traitor Shiden, but it will take more than that ere I consider you a comrade. F, unfortunate. Sad. Forgive me, Arantel, but it is all true. Gatsu is my older brother, and Kagatsu is my birth name, though I have long cast it aside. We were born into a samurai family in the capital. Bukyo, Christ. From a tender age, Ugetsu showed tremendous talent as a swordsman, and everyone knew him as a child prodigy. But to me, he was always the kind and caring brother. I was proud of him, and I couldn't have been prouder when the legendary Mususai took him as a pupil. Then he took to the road for his training, and I never saw him again. It was a different man who returned. Instead of easy smiles, he wore frowns. Instead of good-natured quipping, he engaged in heated tirades directed at the Bakufu and the Great Lords. There was so much anger, but more than that, there was despair for this country. Not long thereafter, he parted ways with Master Mususai and began instructing me in the katana. As far as back then, I believe he harbored the dream of toppling the Bakufu. And so he instilled in me the skills to survive in a war-ravaged world. In time, I came into my own as a samurai. And then it happened. My brother assassinated high-ranking officers of the Bakufu, and our family was made to pay the price. Our line was ordered wiped from existence. My parents were summarily executed, and it was only by chance that I escaped their fate. Out on the streets and without a home, I journeyed to Kugane. I adopted the name Makoto and knocked on the Sekisugumi's doors, with but one purpose in my mind: punishing Ugetsu. We may share the same blood, but I can never forgive him, for our parents' blood is on his hands. But for my determination, I am no match for my brother, and while his cause grows in strength, mine only weakens. In our culture, people are defined first by their birth, and the revelation that I am kin to Ugetsu has shaken my men's faith in me. They may not accept my authority, even though the captain willed it. And with him gone, there's naught I may depend upon save mine own conviction, and you, Arantel. Even should it cost me my life, I swear to end my brother's ambition. I pray that you will stand with me through this trying time. Arantel, my fears have become reality. Members of the Sekisugumi are deserting, one after another. Finding out that I am Ugetsu's sister, and you, Mususai's people, has shattered their faith in our cause. With so many gone, we haven't the strength to face the insurgents. We have to convince them to return somehow. There is no two ways about my connection to Ugetsu. We can dispel the stigma surrounding Master Mususai at least. They may yet have a change of heart. I require but a chance to speak my piece. Will you help me round up our disillusioned comrades? I will look around the barracks and the north side of town, if you could focus your search on the south. But of course you had a secret to hide. I know not what is worse, that you were a pupil to the craven Mususai, or that the captain is sister to the insurgent Ugetsu. Damn, crazy. I also watched and finished watching Madoka Magica. That was interesting. Fun show. They say you do best of the lieutenant, but I'll be damned if you didn't use dirty tricks you learned from the Craven Mususai. Captain calls. What's the servant's sister want now? Might as well see what sort of lame excuse she's got in store. What do you want, Ijin? I have naught to say to the likes of you. The captain desires a chance to explain. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear her out. Look, it's not like I mistrust you and the captain, it's just I can't work up the will to fight anymore. She wants to talk, does she? Well, I doubt anything she says will change my mind, but I'll go along with it for now. On a roll. I don't know why the barracks exists in the bottom of the map in my head. And yet it does. Has your dialogue been updated? Nope. This better be good, or I'm going to a tavern. Let us hear what she has to say. By the kami, this is awkward. My thanks for your help, Arntel. Let's begin before they change their minds. Hear me, my comrades. In our nation, Mususai is a name that evokes loathing. All know that his were the hands that created the monster Ugatsu, and all know that he evaded responsibility for fear of death. But naught could be further from the truth, for Mususai ever taught that a samurai's calling is to preserve order. However, Ugatsu seeks to do the very opposite. In bringing down the Bakufu, he means to usher in such chaos as to trigger another age of blood. Ugatsu may have trained under Mususai, but he was no true pupil of his. Nay, his true pupil stands before you now, and he, like his master did, wields his katana to protect the peace. Protect the peace, you say. You like to say, but what did Mususai ever do to protect the peace? Can you tell us that? I would ask the same question. All we know is that he challenged warriors the realm over and never once was defeated. An impressive feat, to be sure, but it's neither here nor there. It takes strength to protect the people as we strive to hone our skills through rigorous training. Mususai honed his through duels. He brought evildoers to account as Kogarashi. Wait a second. The Kogarashi, the mystery samurai who roamed the land, smiting the wicked when I was little? The man who protected the weak and punished common crooks and great lords alike before vanishing like the wind? It was Mususai all along. I became a samurai because of him. Me too. Kogarashi was my hero. I wanted to change the world like him. Looking back, 'twas when I first heard tell of Kogarashi that the desire to take up the katana took root in my heart. I had known that Master Mususai journeyed the land with my brother, but to think that he did so as Kogarashi, could the experience have pushed Ugatsu to his extreme beliefs? Very well, Captain. We were wrong about Mususai, but what have you to say for yourself? That's right, we haven't forgotten about that. Your brother's the bastard that's trying to tear down the nation. How can we trust you? Ugh, enough. I've been biting my tongue, but I can't stand it anymore. Hello there, Arntel. Fancy seeing me here, I shouldn't doubt. The idea occurred to me to visit Mususai's homeland, you see, and you know how spontaneous I can be. What do I find upon arriving but this painful display of narrow-mindedness? The old man would be turning in his grave. Who the hells are you? Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is what I did, and that was to journey with Arntel and Mususai on a quest to right wrongs. We've established that you all respect and admire Mususai. What happens to be your childhood hero, Kogarashi? Well then, you should know that he used to always say about his own countrymen, that you are so focused on a person's birth, you blind yourselves to his true worth. It's so bleeding obvious, I can't believe I have to say this, but having a villain for a brother doesn't make Makoto a villain. In spite of their relationship, she opposes him, for God's sake. Now look at yourselves. None of you were born into samurai families, but through hard work you've made it this far. Become who you wanted to be. What Makoto has done is no different. Like you, she's broken free of the shackles of her birth to live a life of her own choosing. But Akami, why could I not see this? After all we've been through together as comrades. Damn it, you're right. How many things have I had to put up with scorn? How many times have I had to put up with scorn because I came from a poor village? But there I was, dealing that scorn to the captain. Striking down for a fool, I've always despised this aspect of our culture, yet all this time I remained its unwitting prisoner. Come, my friends, let us bring back those of us who are still at large. We have a battle to win and peace to protect. You're the gentleman from the Inn in Ul'dah. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. I'm a showmaster by trade, and words are my domain. Swords, not so much. So I'll bow out here. Oh, I think I'll go and take a dip in one of those hot springs I've heard so much about. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Arntel. Put a stop to Ugetsu and give the old man the peace he deserves. The appointed hour is nigh. Let us make for the field of battle, for the Isle of Beko. All my doubts are banished. I stand ready to fight with you. Right, let's give those insurgent bastards a thrashing they'll never forget. I'm pleased to say we were able to round up everyone. All that remains is to fight as we've never fought before. All wayward members are returned, and all with the resolve restored. Let us go and face Ugetsu. Will this false peace continue, or will the fires of true change sweep across the land? Today we decide Hingashi's history. Today we decide whose path is right, Mususai's or mine. There is but one among you worthy of being my opponent, he who trained under my known master. Come, Arntel, show me the strength of your conviction. most of your reflexes. Why do you stay your blade? It is over. The heavens have chosen. Now strike me down. A samurai must be decisive. Finish me, or I shall finish you. Good. You've grown strong, little sister. Come, my friends, let us return to the barracks. These planes, man. These fucking planes. You succeeded in quelling a major threat to the nation, and it was in no small part due to you, Larentel. You have my eternal gratitude. While not all insurgents are accounted for, without a leader to unite them, they will eventually shit scatter to the winds. As for me, my appointment as Captain of the Sekisagumi has since been made official. It's a heavy burden, but I swear to bear it with honor and live up to Captain Kongo's faith in me. Meanwhile, the revelation of Kogarashi's true identity has been doing its rounds of the Order. It would seem that nigh all of our younger members idolized him and joined out of their desire to make a difference. In embarking upon his quest, I believe that Master Musasai has, in part, wished to sow the seeds of a new generation. Ugetsu sought the quick path to change and cared not that it was fraught with strife and suffering. He saw Hingashi as a dilapidated house fit only to be torn down. But Master Musasai sought to restore this house, board by board, nail by nail, one injustice at a time, even should it take several lifetimes. To ensure that his legacy lives on, I will embark upon my own quest of change here in Kugane, and I pray that you will do the same no matter where the road takes you. No, I'm in New Game Plus now, so, or out of it, rather. I have to do this. I'm ashamed for having doubted you, and I admired Kogarashi in my childhood, and I believe I speak for all here when I say that I am both honored and grateful for your aid. Arentel, how good of you to pay me a visit. And now of all times, you see, I'm about to depart for Eorzea to visit Master Musasai's grave, to tell him of our victory over Ugetsu. That you should come to me at this juncture is most fortuitous. Would you do me the honor of accompanying me on this journey? Thank you, my friend, and lest you wonder, I've not forgotten about Momozygo. I would call on him as well. Upon arriving, let us first go to the quicksand. Think smarter. Use the fucking aetheryte with it. Come on. That's not a bad... Wait, no, I take it back. Okay, that's not a bad set for Dark Knight. It is, unfortunately, just a full artifact set, so it doesn't count. I'm sorry. You don't get to say that you have a good glamour if you just die a pre-existing set. That is my toxic fucking take. Like, at least half of your visible glamour items, weapon excluded, have to be from different sets, or else you didn't make a good set, the artists who designed the set made a good set, you know? Like, yeah, no, I agree that the level, I think I want to say that's the level 70 Dark Knight set, looks really good. It's a really good set, but the artist made that, not you. You know? You did not actually, like, combine things to make a new cohesive whole, you know? I'm afraid Momozygo isn't here. According to the folk here, he is in the midst of preparing for another spectacle. Well, I'm curious as to what he has in store. We shouldn't keep Master Musasai waiting. Let us go to his grave first. The place was the Silver Bazaar, if I recall correctly. Come, let us be on our way. Oh, I am in the wrong map. Wow. This way. I did entertain the idea of doing like one of the side stories as well today, but the planes are very loud, so probably not gonna do that. Like I can't look at it right now because I'm currently in the game plus. Damn, I could probably get like Tales of the Dragon Song War taken out in like 20 minutes, you know? Most of those Tales of series are pretty short. The town is much livelier than I recall, and there are folk attired as samurai besides. Curious. But come, Master Musasai awaits. Wait. Familiar maiden. Oh, this is MSQ shit. Oh, begging your pardon, but aren't you the samurai who was with Master Musasai? You and him saved me from the vile moneylender. Thanks to you, I could go back to Nurse Da back to health. When I heard that Master Musasai had passed away, I came to pay my respects. May Thal rest his soul. I love this time of year. It's so fun. You may not remember me, but my name is Anafan. We met but briefly when you found me despairing of life under my ruthless father. After that day, I left Ishgard behind and took to wandering the realm. Soon after arriving in Ul'dah, I learned Master Musasai had passed away. Though I did not learn his name until later, his words saved me. The least I can do is to offer my prayers in return. Our work here is done. One of your evil afflicts the realm. Master Musasai is great and all, but I'm rather partial to his pupil. I'd love to meet him one day. Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? Me too, man, me too. Are you part of this, or are you just always here? Oh shit. Welcome to the Silver Bazaar. Might interest you in our specialty, Musasai dumplings, or perhaps it's a set of authentic samurai attire imported directly from the Far East. You don't have a clue, do you? Take yourself to the quicksand and listen to the tale, the legend of Musasai. We'll see if you aren't clamoring for my wares then. Oh. Chocobo key delivery move. I think maybe you were also in this. Nope. Lamau. You know? Sorry, thoughts. Keep it in my head. We're good. We did it, Master Musasai. With our intel standing with us, we defeated Ugetsu and put an end to his madness. And your teachings, your legacy, they live on in the Seikei Segumi, so please, rest easy. 'Tis done. Thank you for accompanying me. I won't stand for this mummery. That sounds like trouble. Let's go and see what's afoot. Dressing like a samurai, don't make you one. Don't make you one. You bastards! Sully Master Musasai's memory. False, it's you. Wah! That man knows you and Master Musasai both. I would find out who he is. What's your story? We have him, Marantel. Your time is nigh. Or thy end is now. Forgive me, I've learned a lesson. Since you trounced me on the ship, I've mended my ways. Sea wolf name. I'm the bodyguard to a serial killer who thought he could take you on. But I've stopped selling my sword to crooks. I lead an honest life now, selling toad oil. Seems to me the evil in this man has been excised. You have not to fear from Marantel. Please be at ease, and tell us the cause of your earlier outburst. You see, after I saw what a true samurai could do, I knew I wanted to become one too, so I sought Master Mususai out, hoping he'd take me on as a pupil, only to learn he'd already passed away. Since then, I've been visiting his grave every day in order to get inspiration. Recently, though, someone's been telling the tale of Master Mususai's quest to right wrongs of the quicksand. On account of that, people started dressing up like samurai and flocking to his grave like it's some goddamn spectacle. But they're false, the whole lot of them. Falser than I ever was. I had the honor of knowing Master Mususai, and the Master Mususai I knew would be glad that his tale inspired others to follow in his footsteps. And though he was a solitary man, he did not spurn the company of others. I don't believe he would mind the crowds. Really? Well, I suppose you'd know him better than me. Ah, but of course. Might be as Master Mususai is gone, but you were his pupil. I beg you, teach me how to be a true samurai, like you. I don't have the time. Hang on. That one didn't fly as close. Arentel has much demands on his time and is not in a position to take on pupils, but if you are determined to learn, I invite you to come to Kugane. I can introduce you to a school of swordsmanship. You mean I can train in the Far East, where it all began? I'd love nothing more. It'd be a dream come true. Very well, a long journey is better with company. Let us return to Kugane together. Though I wonder, there is someone who has been telling the tale of Master Mususai's quest. It seems to me it could only be one person. It would be a shame to have come all this way not to see our friend. Let us try visiting the quicksand again. It shames me to say I don't actually know much about Master Mususai. I'd be interested in hearing this tale myself. As I had suspected, Momozygo was indeed our storyteller, and as luck would have it, he's about to begin another session? Yes. Gather ye round, one and all, and listen to my tale. A tale that began with an unlikely meeting between a young adventurer and an elderly samurai hailing from the Far East. Known as Mususai, the samurai took on challengers upon the Blood Sands. Many answered his call, but none had an answer to his transcendent swordsmanship. For a time, it seemed that he would go undefeated. But there came one unassuming adventurer, wielding the katana, a foreign weapon he had theretofore never held. He fought with heart and skill to claim victory. I would have read a full summary. Rude. After journeying the realm over, vanquishing evil together, none could the adventurer have imagined that for his final test, he must vanquish Mususai himself. Left with no recourse, he drew his katana and faced his friend and master. A grueling battle unfolded, with neither side yielding a single ilm. The adventurer brought his all to bear, but he was matched at every turn by Mususai, who unleashed technique after deadly technique, betraying no signs of the illness that ravaged his body. But at the end of a contest of equals, it was the younger samurai who dealt the final blow to emerge the victor. His master had trained him well. As he lay battered and bloodied on the snow, Mususai demanded that his pupil finish it. Shutting his eyes tight, the adventurer raised his katana. Whoosh, the blade traced a vicious arc. In cleaved empty air, the adventurer had excised the evil in Mususai, as Mususai himself had done for those who could yet be redeemed. So it was that the elderly samurai found peace in his final moment. It is said that his soul now rests atop the cliff by the Silver Bazaar, where he gazes out at the setting sun. And somewhere out there, the young adventurer continues his noble master's legacy, fighting for justice and vanquishing evil wheresoever it should exist. So ends my tale, The Legend of Mususai. Thank you all for your kind attention. Yeah, Samurai is pretty good throughout. It holds on to the second place pretty well. You know, it's harder to do this with you lot in the audience, but it's good to see you all, even Mr. Fake Samurai. You're doubtless wondering how I fell into my new calling. Well, during my time in Kugane, I had the chance to hear a storyteller at the Muji Koza. I knew right away that this is what I wanted to do, what my gift of the gab was meant for. That was masterful and that was a masterful and heartfelt retelling. I pray that you will continue to share the tale of Master Mususai with all the world. You can depend on it. Though, of course, if I'm to be a storyteller worth my salt, I'll need some variety in my repertoire. Arntel, you're still out there doing adventuring, aren't you? Don't you have any new tales to share that could make for a good yarn? The hunt for Andrea. By the 12. Your quest to right wrongs took you across the rift into another world. Truth really is stranger than fiction. My thanks, Arntel. This will be a splendid addition to my tales. I'm afraid it is time we sought our ship. Brief though it was, I'm glad for our reunion. I'm going to train hard in Hingashi, and I'm going to come back a real samurai. Just you watch. If your travels should bring you to Kugane again, please come and seek me out at the barracks. Till next time. To think that Pretender would have a change of heart and try to become a true samurai, the old man will be pleased. It goes to show Mususai's legacy truly lives on in you, Arntel, and it takes root even in the hearts of those you've sliced up. To keep fighting the good fight, so keep fighting the good fight, my friend, and remember to visit me from time to time to share more of your tales. Wahoo! And with that, Samurai is done. I have a few more things to clean up. A handful of NPCs, one little Easter egg. Arntel, I'm pleased to say my sessions of the Legend of Ususai are as popular as ever. A toast to the old man who helps make me rich even in death. But what of you, my friend? Embarked on any exciting adventures of late? Remember, if you have any new tales to share, I'm all ears. Really? Really? I don't get a chat box to go, I went to the end of the fucking universe? I fought the embodiment of fucking of universal despair? Nothing? Damn. Damn. Bullshit. Alright, actually I think I'll walk past him, won't I? Yeah, here he is! Can't talk, gotta train. I forget if it might have been Ninja. It was probably Ninja, where like I like walk past and like, oh shit, don't look at there. Yeah, what a guy. I fucking lost my shit the first time I saw that. Rad as fuck. Arntel, you honor us with your visit. Pray stay as long as you like and take your ease. Master Hancock has informed us of your quest. To think that you traveled to the farthest reaches of existence. Incredible does not begin to describe it. As for news of my own, Momozygo visited Kugane again recently and performed the Legend of Ususai at the Mujikoza to a standing ovation. This was but one stop on our friend's journey. Though entertainment, he wanted to spread cheer in a world plunged into turmoil, and thus took to the road. Taking inspiration from his efforts, we Sekai Tsugumi will continue striving to do our duty, righting one wrong at a time, that we might sow the seeds of more tales to come. Yep, old dialogue. So, that is that. Unfortunately, planes are loud, so I will not be doing any more today, alas. I did, as mentioned afore, briefly consider doing... Where are they? Yeah, this one. Tales of the Drakensong War. But I don't think with the planes, not the smartest idea. I don't want to have to be fucking randomly hitting the you know. So yeah, I will call it here. Next time and I actually know, considering that the one of the next things I'm streaming is either going to be Machinist or Astrologian. Perhaps Tales of the Drakensong War are better for then anyway. Speaking of which, probably Astrologian? Kinda want to get Astrologian done. Or honestly, I might just flip a coin on the day of my next stream. Decide that way. Because it's between Astrologian and Machinist, because Dragoon is last. Guaranteed, 100%. So, yeah, I'll probably flip a coin. I can't believe I left those two for last, or like so close to last. I would have thought I would have done them sooner. I don't know. It had to be something, right? So, yeah. I want to thank anyone stopping by who did. Really appreciate anyone who gives me the time of day. The Dragon Quest VOD should be going live within the week. I will say that with confidence. Within the week. Can't promise any sooner than that. I have to finish rewatching it. But yeah. So, until I stream again, have a good one all.